Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to make sure we click on the T symbol. And I'm just going to click once on the corner here and drag. I'm just going to change this to my name here. Okay. Now, one thing you might want to do, depending on what font you use, and it might not look good with this font, is you might want this to be kind of an outline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my name, and up here, I'm just going to click on the transparent symbol and for fill, and then the stroke, I'm just going to click on black. And you can see that it kind of outlines my name. Now, because I'm using Star Jedi, it looks a bit weird, but essentially you can change the stroke here. Oops, sorry, I will highlight this. Change the size of the stroke. Now, some of these don't look very good. It probably looks best at 1, actually. And that's just a different kind of style you can get. Now, it doesn't look very good with that Jedi font, but it's just another option for you. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to put a hole at the front up here. So we are going to hold down on the rectangle tool, and you're just going to choose the ellipse tool. And we're just going to click once, and let's try 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters. Could be a bit bigger. So I'm going to click on the selection tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Shift on my keyboard. I'm just going to pull, and that will proportionally size it to, oops, I don't think that proportionally sizes it. There we go. That'll change it to a little bit of a larger size, and I'm going to center it. You can see that little pink line comes out, and I'm going to place it about right there. Okay, now what we want to do next is we want to, well, essentially we want to get a picture down here. Before I do that, I'm just going to pop my phone number down on the bottom here. So I'm going to use the text tool again. It's going to go down here, and I'm just going to type 250-231-3465. It's way too big, so I'm going to change the size of that to 11, might be too small. Let's say like 14, and just put a little space in the center there. And of course, I can grab this and kind of move it a little bit to the left so it looks a little bit better. Okay, now what I could do here is over here, I can create, I don't know, have some kind of image, whatever I want. So I'm just going to pop back onto Chrome, and I'm just going to type in rocket black, oops, and white outline, just to give me an outline of a rocket. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll maybe choose that one, try that one out, and I'm just going to right click that, and I'm going to save image as, and I'm just going to call it rocket so I know what it is, and it's saving it onto my desktop. Okay, now I have the rocket image here. I'm just going to show it in my folder so I can find it. So there's my rocket image right there, and I'm going to bring up Adobe Illustrator, and I'm just going to insert my image here. So you can actually just grab your image from wherever it is and just drag it in and put it right there. And there is my rocket image. Okay, right now it looks pretty awful. So we're going to have to change this, definitely. So I'm just going to close that up, and we're going to do what's called an image trace on here. So to do that, we are going to go up to Window, and you're going to go down, and it should be, wondering, oh, there it is right there, image trace. Okay, so I'm going to click that. And under image trace, there's a lot of different options. And if you click on advanced down here, you can see there's a lot of different things you can do. The first thing you definitely want to do is you want to ignore the white. That will get rid of the white background for this. Secondly, you can click on preview and kind of see what it's going to look like. And it looks okay. I could play around with some of these parameters here. I mean, you can play around with them for a long time to get the exact image that you want. But for me, that's going to do for now. So I'm going to unclick preview once I've got it kind of how I want it to turn it into a vector. I'm going to click trace, and then that's almost ready to go. The final thing we need to do is up on the top, we need to click this expand button. And once that's done, I can exit out of this and I have an image I can resize and, oops, I won't be able to move that. An image I can move around and place where I want it. So I'm going to grab that image and place it maybe kind of in the corner right there. That's kind of cool looking. Not bad for now. Okay, in the next video, we're going to work on some other details and we should be almost ready to go for the laser.